In recent years, the company IKEA has gained a massive market share for homeware and furniture. There is a good reason for this. People seem to value things more when they have had a hand in creating them. IKEA capitalized on this psychological phenomenon by creating products that people assemble themselves. In shocking news, it seems that being around people that are generally happy increases happiness, too. Similarly, the kind of music you're listening to dramatically changes the way your brain chemically reacts. Generally, music with high frequencies makes you happier, while music with lower frequencies makes you want to go to a political rally. Probably. Interesting pop culture fact: with the modern advent of reality TV, some people have shown psychological signs of believing that they live in a sort of reality show. This is called the Truman Syndrome, after the famous movie starring Jim Carrey. In the realm of things that may be thought of as the same thing, addiction is usually associated with substances like alcohol or narcotics. Doctors are currently considering classifying internet addiction as a clinical condition as well, as it displays similar psychological symptoms. It is true that physical exercise will have an exponentially positive effect on the brain. Physically active people suffer less brain, mental deterioration as they get older. In short, the better physical shape you're in, the less your brain ages. Laughter is present in all known human cultures on Earth. It is also a subconscious action, meaning that you can't tell yourself to laugh, as it wouldn't be laughing. Babies from as young as 4 months old display what we call laughter. As an aside, other animals also display laughter, even rats. Memories are seldom complete notions or stories. More than likely, a single image or emotional fragment remains in your memory, around which you associate a whole bunch of other things, including the rest of the memory, which, technically speaking, you've now made up. More on habits, or more specifically, practice. When you need to master a skill, repetition is your best bet, as repeating an action develops a neural connection in the brain that makes it easier next time. Notes written in longhand are more likely to stick in your brain. Shorthand may be faster, but chances are you're not going to remember as much of the information. On average, the neural activity in the brain dies only 7 minutes after a body has expired. One scary idea that may totally taint what we know about psychology is that cultural impacts are as yet not fully understood. It is quite likely that psychological behavior, in general, may not be quite as universal as anyone surmises at all. Oversleeping not only loses you time in the day but seems to multiply upon itself. Oversleep leads to your craving for more sleep, ironically. People are hardwired to notice things moving, even in their peripheral vision. It is probably a survival skill, allowing us to do one thing while being able to see any threats we're not directly looking at. People seem to be hardwired to break rules, and the stricter a rule is said to be, the more tempting it becomes to cut corners around it, bend it, or outright break it. Go on, no one's watching. People who learn to delay gratification at a young age tend to do better in their social lives later on. This includes prioritizing budgets, life choices, and careers over acquiring objects that provide immediate happiness. People who speak different languages may actually experience personality changes when conversing in them, so you might be a naturally funnier or happier person when switching to a second language. For example, you could also become a political party leader. People with brothers and sisters tend to get along with others easier in later life, say psychologists. It may have to do with early conditioning around sharing, empathy, and connection. Sarcasm is annoying when uncalled for, but it's a sign of a vibrant and sharp mind. So the next time your kid gets snarky, just tell yourself it's because they're smart. Some people are more empathetic than others. It also turns out these people are more likely to feel guilty about their own deeds in their thoughts. Here may also be some kernel of truth in the idea that people yawn when others yawn. This might be an extension of empathy. Spend money on experiences, and not things. Opt to travel rather than buy a new TV. In other words, the experience leaves a more powerful positive impact on your brain. The thrill of a new item, by comparison, is fleeting. Screaming or yelling is an interesting psychological occurrence. Sometimes we call when we are happy or receive good news. Other times we scream when we are sad or frightened. In chemical terms, the brain can't tell the difference, and either way the act seems to have a balancing effect on our psychological status. The actual term psychology is of Greek origin. It means the study of logia, breath, spirit, or soul, psyche. The advent of text messaging has had an exciting effect on personal communication. When people have trouble saying things to others in person, they choose to text it. Is this a good thing? Probably not. Maybe text someone about it.